Alien Queen gasped, "Humans, you can mate year-round." On board, Captain Alina Moore leaned against the control console, her eyes scanning the holographic star maps. Humanity had sent explorers to the far reaches of the galaxy, but nothing could prepare them for the aliens they were about to meet. "This is it," said Lieutenant Raj Patel, pointing to a massive structure appearing on the sensors. "That's their flagship." The alien vessel was unlike anything humans had seen. Its surface shimmered like liquid metal, and strange geometric shapes seemed to float around it, as if the ship itself were alive. Alina felt a shiver of excitement. Humanity had prepared for this moment for decades. First contact. And yet she could not shake the feeling that the aliens were already watching them. Inside the alien flagship, the air was thick with a strange, sweet scent. The hallways glowed faintly, lit by soft blue lights that shifted like liquid waves. At the center of this vast palace-like ship sat the alien queen, a tall and regal figure with scales that glimmered like precious gems. Her eyes, large and reflective, followed every movement of her court. She had heard rumors of humans, creatures from a distant blue planet, but nothing could have prepared her for the reality. "They are fascinating," she whispered to her advisors. "Their bodies, their energy, they do not follow the patterns of any known species." An advisor tilted his head. "Your Majesty, do you mean their stamina, their adaptability?" The queen shook her head slowly, a hint of amusement on her lips. "Not just that. Humans, you can mate year-round." A stunned silence fell over the room. The queen's statement, though whispered, was like a thunderclap. Her council exchanged confused looks. In their species, mating seasons were sacred, carefully timed to the cycles of their sun. To claim that a species could reproduce at any time was revolutionary. Meanwhile, on the human ship, Alina's team was preparing their landing craft. They had no idea that their very biology had already caused a stir among the alien hierarchy. The humans were cautious but curious. They had trained for diplomacy, for scientific observation, but the sheer elegance and scale of the alien vessel left them in awe. As the landing craft descended, Alina could see the alien city sprawling beneath them. Towers rose like crystalline trees, connected by bridges that seemed to float in midair. She felt a surge of pride and fear. Humanity had reached the stars, but now they had to prove themselves. The landing craft touched down softly on a platform made of a smooth, reflective material. The humans stepped out, their boots making faint sounds on the surface. From the shadows emerged a group of aliens, their movements graceful, almost hypnotic. The leader stepped forward. "I am Ambassador Lyris," he said in a melodic voice. "You are humans. Welcome." Alina nodded. "Thank you, Ambassador. I am Captain Alina Moore, and this is my crew. We come in peace." The ambassador's eyes flickered with something almost like curiosity. "Peace, yes. We have heard of your kind, fascinating creatures. Your flexibility is remarkable." Alina frowned slightly. "Flexibility," he tilted his head, considering his words. "Your biology, your species adapts continuously, unlike us. Unlike many in the galaxy, you are unpredictable, yet resilient." Raj nudged Alina gently. "Sounds like a compliment." Alina smiled, though a bit awkwardly. "I'll take it that way." The humans were escorted through the alien city, their eyes wide at the sights. Holographic gardens floated in midair. Streams of colored liquid glowed like flowing rainbows, and creatures of various shapes moved gracefully around them. The aliens seemed to watch humans closely, studying their expressions, their reactions, and sometimes whispering among themselves. In the royal chamber, the queen observed the humans through a transparent wall. She leaned forward, her chin resting on her hand. "They are more extraordinary than I imagined," she murmured. "Their energy, their endurance, and their curiosity. My advisors are correct. We have underestimated them." Back on the platform, Alina noticed a group of alien children watching her crew with wide eyes. They mimicked every movement, their limbs moving in strange but graceful ways. Alina crouched down, smiling, and waved. The children laughed in a sound that was both musical and alien. Raj joined in, doing a small dance that seemed to delight them. Ambassador Lyris observed quietly, "Your species engages with your surroundings in ways we cannot fully understand. You are bold yet cautious. You learn quickly. You adapt." Alina nodded. "We've had to. Survival depends on it." The queen's voice echoed softly in the chamber, almost to herself. "Yes, survival. That is why you thrive. That is why you are remarkable." As the humans continued their tour, they noticed small experiments being conducted by the aliens. Biologists recorded data on human movement, endurance, and reactions. The aliens asked many questions about Earth, human society, and their ways of life. Alina answered carefully, mindful not to reveal anything that could be dangerous, yet proud to share the achievements of humanity. At one point, the humans were invited to witness a demonstration of alien culture. A group of aliens performed a synchronized dance, moving with precision and grace. Alina and her crew clapped politely, though they could not match the fluidity of the performers. The queen watched silently, a small smile forming on her lips. "They learn quickly," she said. "They understand without being taught. There is potential here, potential we have not seen before." The humans returned to their landing craft at the end of the day, exhausted but exhilarated. They had made first contact, but more importantly, they had impressed the aliens, not through weapons or power, but through their very nature. Their resilience, adaptability, and intelligence had already set them apart. As the humans prepared to sleep, Alina gazed out the window at the alien flagship. She could not know that somewhere deep within that magnificent ship, the Queen had whispered once more to her advisors, "Humans, you can mate year-round." And yet, it is their minds, not just their bodies, that make them extraordinary. We have much to learn from them. The humans slept, unaware that their simple existence had caused ripples across an entire empire. The Queen's fascination was only beginning, and the galaxy was about to witness the first steps of a species unlike any other. The next morning, the humans awoke to a soft hum that filled their landing quarters. Light filtered through translucent walls, casting rainbow-like patterns on the floor. Outside, the alien city shimmered with motion, as if it were alive. Humans and aliens moved past each other in a graceful dance of activity. Captain Alina Moore gathered her crew. "Today, we are going to explore more of their city," she said. "We need to learn their culture, their technology, and their way of life." Lieutenant Raj Patel stretched and grinned, "And maybe figure out why the Queen is so fascinated with us." The crew laughed, but there was no denying the truth. Ever since the Queen had first noticed them, whispers about humans had rippled through the alien hierarchy. Reports of human biology, adaptability, and behavior had spread quickly. To the aliens, humans were like a puzzle they could not solve. Ambassador Lyris arrived to escort the humans. "Welcome back," he said, bowing slightly. "We have arranged interactions with our scientists and cultural advisors. They wish to observe you." "Do not be alarmed. They are merely curious." Alina nodded. "Understood. We are happy to cooperate." The first stop was a laboratory where alien scientists were studying human physiology. The room was filled with glowing equipment that floated in the air. Each device hummed softly, analyzing everything from human movement to skin response. One of the alien biologists stepped forward. "Your energy patterns, they are continuous. Unlike us, you do not follow strict cycles. You recover faster, adapt faster. You are remarkable." Raj smiled. "That's because humans never give up. We keep going even when things get hard." The alien tilted his head, fascinated. "You call it perseverance. We call it unpredictable. Our species is bound by cycles. You are free from them. How do you manage?" Alina stepped forward. "We adapt. Our planet is unpredictable. The weather changes, food can be scarce, and threats are everywhere. We survive by being flexible. The biologist's eyes widened. Flexibility, yes. It is not merely physical. It is mental, emotional, yes. Fascinating. Meanwhile, in the observation chamber, the alien queen watched silently. She whispered to her assistant, "They adapt in every way, not just in body, in mind, in spirit. They are astonishing." After the lab, the humans were led to a cultural center. Holographic displays showed the history, art, and music of the alien civilization. Every display was interactive, responding to gestures and voice. The humans tried to mimic the movements of alien performers. Alina laughed as she stumbled, nearly tipping over a holographic fountain. Raj, with his natural sense of humor, attempted a dance, which caused a group of young aliens to giggle. Ambassador Lyris watched the scene with amusement. "Your species is bold. You do not fear the unfamiliar. You experiment even at risk of error. It is admirable," Alina smiled. "We learn best by trying. Mistakes are part of learning." The aliens murmured among themselves. In their structured society, mistakes were rare and often costly. Humans, with their willingness to take risks, seemed almost reckless, but in a way that intrigued the aliens. Next, the humans were taken to a technology demonstration hall. Floating platforms displayed star maps, propulsion systems, and energy cores. Humans examined the devices closely, asking questions and making suggestions. To the aliens' surprise, the humans quickly understood concepts that took alien scholars years to grasp. One young engineer, Specialist Mei Ling, pointed to a hovering energy core. "If you reroute the flow here, you could increase efficiency by 12%, she said. The aliens blinked. How did you know?" Mei shrugged. "We just think about it. We experiment, test, and adapt. That's how humans solve problems." The Queen's eyes narrowed. "Yes, adaptability. Ingenuity. They are not limited by fear or convention. They learn, change, and thrive." As the day went on, small misunderstandings began to appear. Humans moved through spaces in ways the aliens found unusual. They laughed loudly, gestured broadly, and even touched things without hesitation. To the aliens, who valued precision and careful control, these behaviors were chaotic. During a dinner with alien officials, Alina noticed that the aliens ate in strict sequence, consuming their meals with exact timing. Humans, on the other hand, talked, laughed, and even swapped dishes. One alien advisor looked horrified. "Your disorder, it is disturbing." Alina raised her hands in a friendly gesture. "It's just how we interact. Sharing, talking, enjoying food together, it's part of our culture." The Queen, observing silently, smiled faintly. "Yes, they are chaotic, but it works for them. They turn unpredictability into strength." Later, humans were invited to participate in a training simulation. The aliens demonstrated combat drills, agility exercises, and strategic challenges. Though humans lacked the physical grace of the aliens, they compensated with creativity and quick thinking. When faced with a complex obstacle course, Raj improvised, using tools and surroundings in ways the aliens did not anticipate. Alina coordinated the group, anticipating challenges and adapting strategies on the fly. The aliens watched, astonished, as humans achieved results that seemed impossible by their standards. "They learn fast," whispered one alien soldier, "faster than we expected." The Queen, smiling, added softly, "They do not follow rules as we do. Their strength lies in their freedom to think, act, and adapt." Yes, remarkable. As the day drew to a close, the humans gathered on a balcony overlooking the city. Below, lights flickered in patterns that resembled flowing rivers. The aliens moved through the streets with calm precision, yet their eyes often followed the humans with curiosity and admiration. Alina turned to her crew. "Today went well. They are curious about us, and we are curious about them. This is the start of something big." Raj grinned. "I think we impressed them, Captain, even if they don't admit it," Alina laughed. Humans always impress, Raj. That's what makes us humans. Back inside the royal chamber, the queen rose from her throne, her eyes still fixed on the humans' movements from afar. They are beyond anything we imagined. Their minds, their bodies, their spirits, everything is extraordinary. Perhaps they will teach us something new. Perhaps they will change the galaxy. Her advisors nodded in agreement. The Queen's fascination with humans had grown into respect. What began as a curiosity about human biology, their continuous adaptability, had evolved into an admiration for their creativity, resilience, and intelligence. Somewhere in the corridors, young alien scholars whispered among themselves. The humans, they are unpredictable, one said, yet they achieve what we cannot. Perhaps, another replied, we should learn from them, not control them. The Queen's voice echoed softly in the chamber, almost to herself. Yes, humans, you can mate year-round, but it is not that which makes you extraordinary, it is everything else. Your adaptability, your ingenuity, your spirit. Truly, you are remarkable. And as the humans rested that night, unaware of the profound impact they had made, the alien empire began to stir with ideas and possibilities. Humans were no longer merely visitors. They were a new kind of force in the galaxy. A species capable of reshaping perspectives, inspiring innovation, and teaching lessons that even an ancient empire could not ignore. The sun-like orbs of the alien city glimmered overhead as humans explored further into the heart of the flagship. Captain Alina Moore and her crew had become accustomed to the elegance and complexity of the alien architecture, but each corridor still held surprises. Holographic streams floated like rivers in the air, and the walls pulsed faintly with color, responding to movement and sound. Sometimes I feel like the ship is alive, said Specialist Mei Ling, reaching out to touch a wall that rippled beneath her hand. It probably is, Raj whispered with a grin. Just don't let it eat us. Alina shook her head, smiling. Focus, team. Today we're meeting more of their council members. Let's make sure our diplomacy is as strong as our curiosity. The humans were escorted to a grand hall, where alien leaders from different sectors of the empire had gathered. The hall was circular, with a high dome that reflected the galaxy outside in tiny, sparkling lights. The humans bowed politely, though their gestures were informal compared to the precise and ritualized movements of the aliens. The council exchanged quiet glances. The humans' casual manners seemed disrespectful to some of the more traditional members. One elder, a towering figure with scales of deep green, muttered under his breath, "These creatures, they have no respect for order." Ambassador Lyris smiled gently. "They are different, yes. But difference does not equal disrespect." Alina stepped forward. "We come in peace and curiosity. We honor your culture, even if our ways are not the same as yours." The elder looked skeptical but allowed her words to stand. The room buzzed with whispers and murmurs, curiosity battling caution. The queen, observing from a high balcony, tilted her head thoughtfully. "Humans, they challenge our expectations, yet they do not offend. Their strength is subtle, quiet, yet undeniable." To ease tensions, the humans were invited to participate in a simulation exercise, designed to test cooperation and strategic thinking. The aliens expected the humans to struggle. After all, the course required precise timing, coordinated movement, and strict adherence to rules, qualities the humans were not known for in this context. The simulation began. Alien participants moved with flawless precision, gliding over obstacles and responding to signals without hesitation. The humans, on the other hand, hesitated at first, trying to understand the alien logic. Then, something remarkable happened. Rather than follow the expected pattern, Alina coordinated her team differently. Raj used his agility to reach high platforms while May manipulated the environment to create shortcuts. Alina guided the team through improvisation, turning potential mistakes into opportunities. The simulation ended and the aliens were stunned. The humans had succeeded, not by obeying the rules perfectly, but by thinking differently, adapting, and using creativity. An elder stepped forward, astonished. They defy our expectations. They succeed where structure alone would fail. The queen smiled quietly. Yes, they are not bound by tradition. They think, they adapt, they improvise. That is their power. After the exercise, humans and aliens gathered for a cultural exchange. Humans shared stories of Earth, of cities, inventions, music, and even simple games. The aliens, initially hesitant, began to respond with their own tales of history and achievement. Raj demonstrated a small human game with a ball and rings. Alien children and some adults tried to imitate it, laughing when they failed. The humans laughed too, and soon the room was filled with a chorus of joy. Even the most rigid council members could not help but smile. Ambassador Lyris leaned closer to Alina. Your species, it is remarkable. You teach without intending to, inspire without realizing it. Alina nodded. Humans have always adapted. Wherever we go, we learn and find solutions. It's just what we do. In private, the queen continued her observations. They are unpredictable, chaotic even, she whispered to her advisor. Yet everything they touch seems to thrive. Their spirit, their ingenuity, it is unlike any other. Perhaps they will not only survive but shape the galaxy itself. Later, the humans were invited to witness a scientific demonstration of alien energy technology. The device on display was a small orb that could manipulate gravity in localized areas. The aliens demonstrated it with strict caution, showing what they considered precise handling. Alina, ever curious, asked questions. May tested a small interaction, carefully nudging the orb. It responded in unexpected ways, and instead of breaking, the device adjusted. The aliens gasped. You understand intuitively, one said. Most of our species cannot anticipate this. It's not intuition, Alina replied. It's observation, adaptation, and a willingness to try. We experiment and we learn quickly from mistakes. The queen, watching silently, smiled faintly. Yes, humans embrace imperfection. And from imperfection they create perfection. How extraordinary! As the day turned to evening, the humans were invited to a diplomatic banquet. The table was a long, floating platform, filled with foods of shapes and colors they had never seen. The humans ate, tasted, and interacted, sometimes breaking alien dining conventions, but always politely and with curiosity. One young alien advisor whispered to the queen, "They are unruly. They do not follow our rituals." The queen's eyes twinkled. "And yet they inspire. Their freedom brings new ideas. Observe closely. Respect is not always about conformity. Sometimes it is about what one accomplishes through creativity and spirit." After the banquet, the humans were shown to their quarters. Alina paused to look out over the city. Lights shimmered like stars brought down to the surface. She felt a mixture of pride and awe. Humanity had come far, but what struck her most was how naturally they adapted to this alien world. Raj leaned against the balcony rail. "You know, I think they might actually like us." Alina smiled. "It's more than that. They are starting to respect us. And respect, that is worth more than anything else." Meanwhile, the queen retired to her private chambers. She stood before a massive window overlooking the human landing platform. Her mind replayed the events of the day, the humans' improvisation, curiosity, and adaptability. "They are extraordinary," she murmured. "Their bodies are remarkable, yes, but their minds, their hearts, that is what truly sets them apart. This species could teach the galaxy something new. Perhaps it is time we learned from them rather than trying to control them." Her advisor, a small figure with silver scales, tilted his head. "Do you believe they could lead in some way?" The queen nodded slowly. "Not in dominance, but in inspiration. They have a way of thriving that even we cannot fully grasp. They show us that flexibility, curiosity, and courage are as powerful as strength or structure. Perhaps that is the true meaning of evolution." Somewhere in the corridors, young alien scholars whispered among themselves. The humans, they are strange, yet brilliant. Perhaps we have underestimated them. Yes, another replied. Perhaps we should learn from them. And so, by the end of the day, the humans had not only survived their cultural tests, they had impressed and inspired the alien empire. What began as curiosity about human biology, their year-round adaptability, had grown into deep admiration for their ingenuity, creativity, and courage. The Queen, once skeptical, now considered humans a remarkable force in the galaxy. Their unpredictability, their willingness to try, and their unbreakable spirit had turned misunderstanding into mutual respect. As the humans prepared to rest, Alina looked out over the city once more. "We've made a difference today," she said softly. "And somehow I think this is only the beginning." Far above in her throne room, the Queen whispered again, a faint smile on her lips. "Humans, you may be chaotic, but you are extraordinary. Perhaps the galaxy has been waiting for you all along." The morning light of the alien flagship shimmered across the floating towers and crystalline bridges, casting rainbow reflections over the city below. Captain Alina Moore and her crew gathered on the observation deck, looking out at the bustling alien metropolis. Over the past days, they had learned much about this extraordinary civilization, and unbeknownst to them, had left a lasting impression on it. Lieutenant Raj Patel leaned against the railing, his eyes wide. "I never thought I'd say this, but I kind of like this place. It's strange but beautiful." Alina smiled. "It is, and our presence here seems to matter more than we realized." Indeed, the humans' arrival had already created waves within the alien empire. Reports from various departments had been compiled and presented to the Queen. Humans were unlike any species encountered before. Their intelligence, adaptability, and creativity were remarkable. Their very nature challenged long-held beliefs and suggested new possibilities for the galaxy. The Queen, sitting in her high throne room, reflected on the past days. "These humans, they are extraordinary. They survive where others might fail. They innovate where others follow rules. They inspire where others impose order." Her advisors had debated endlessly about how to engage with humanity. Some advocated caution, fearing that humans' unpredictable ways could disrupt their society. Others saw opportunity. A species that could teach, innovate, and adapt was an asset that could not be ignored. Alina and her crew were now invited to a grand council chamber. The room was larger than any building on Earth, circular in shape, and lit by soft, floating orbs that pulsed gently with light. Alien leaders from every sector were present. Even the council members who had been skeptical now watched the humans with curiosity and admiration. Ambassador Lyra stepped forward. "Humans, your presence here has enlightened us. Your ingenuity, adaptability, and courage have shown us new ways to think about challenges, culture, and technology. We wish to formalize relations and share knowledge." Alina nodded. "We are honored. Humanity has always sought to learn, to explore, and to connect. We are happy to share our knowledge and learn from yours." The Queen rose, her scales glimmering in the light. "Humans, you have proven yourselves remarkable. Your abilities, your spirit, your resilience, they surpass mere survival. You elevate all you touch. We recognize your potential, not as conquerors, but as partners, as teachers, and as innovators." A murmur of approval spread through the chamber. Even those who had doubted the humans now saw the value in their presence. The Queen continued, her voice calm but filled with authority. "Your biology, yes, it is unique. Your ability to reproduce at any time, to remain flexible, to adapt, it is extraordinary. But it is your mind, your ingenuity, your courage that sets you apart. Truly, humans are remarkable." Alina felt a sense of pride, not for herself, but for her species. Humanity had been observed, studied, and underestimated, and now it was celebrated. "Thank you, Your Majesty," she said. "We hope that together we can achieve great things." The council then invited humans to explore collaborative projects. They demonstrated alien technologies that could improve energy efficiency, transportation, and communication. In return, humans shared ideas for sustainable energy, modular construction, and problem-solving approaches. The aliens were astonished at how quickly the humans grasped complex concepts and proposed innovative solutions. Mei Ling pointed to a floating energy core. If you reroute this flow through the secondary circuit, it could stabilize output and reduce energy loss. An alien engineer blinked. How did you calculate that? Mei shrugged. Observation, experimentation, and a willingness to try new solutions. That's how humans innovate. The queen observed quietly from above, a faint smile playing on her lips. Yes, humans do not fear the unknown, they explore it, they adapt to it, and in doing so, they shape it. Later, the humans were shown the alien archives, vast collections of knowledge stretching back thousands of years. Alina marveled at the technology, the art, and the histories contained within. She realized that while humans were young as a spacefaring species, their creativity and adaptability were unmatched. Raj wandered through the exhibits, laughing as he demonstrated a human game with alien children. Even the most reserved council members watched, secretly amused. Laughter, it seemed, was universal. After touring the archives, the humans were taken to a grand observatory overlooking the nebula. Stars and cosmic clouds shimmered in endless patterns. Alina felt a quiet awe. This is why we explore, she said softly. To see, to learn, and to connect. The queen joined them, standing silently at her side. Humans, you have reminded us that adaptability, curiosity, and courage are strengths. You teach without intending to. You inspire without knowing it. Perhaps the galaxy will be a better place because of your presence. Alina turned to her crew. This is more than diplomacy. We are forming bonds, creating opportunities for collaboration, and leaving a mark on the galaxy. Indeed, the humans' influence was already visible. Alien engineers were discussing new approaches to energy systems. Scholars debated flexible learning methods inspired by human education. Young aliens imitated human games, laughter echoing through the corridors. Even the Queen's advisors, once wary, began proposing initiatives inspired by human creativity. As the day drew to a close, the Queen addressed the humans privately. You have exceeded all expectations. Your biology, yes, it is remarkable. But it is your minds, your spirits, your willingness to adapt and create that makes you extraordinary. You are not merely visitors in this galaxy. You are partners, teachers, innovators. Alina bowed respectfully. We are humbled. Humanity will strive to live up to your admiration, and we hope to learn as much as we teach. The Queen nodded. Yes, learn, teach, and inspire. That is your gift to the galaxy, and perhaps the galaxy's gift to you is the challenge of continuing to thrive. The humans spent the next few days finalizing collaborations. They helped implement improved energy systems, advised on cultural projects, and shared Earth's innovations in medicine, engineering, and communication. In every case, the aliens were amazed by how quickly humans understood complex systems and proposed practical solutions. One evening, as the humans prepared to depart, the Queen presented them with a gift, a small orb that contained centuries of alien knowledge, adapted for human understanding. Take this, she said. Use it wisely. Let it remind you that your species, curiosity, and adaptability are a force for growth and unity in the galaxy. Alina accepted the orb with reverence. We will honor this gift, Your Majesty. Humanity will continue to explore, learn, and share. As the humans boarded their landing craft, Ambassador Lyris approached. Your presence here has changed us. You have shown us that rules are not always the path to progress. Curiosity, adaptability, and courage are just as important. Raj grinned. Glad to hear it. That's pretty much how humans work. Alina smiled. And we hope that what we leave behind here is a bridge between our species, a connection that will endure. The Queen watched as the humans lifted off, their craft gliding smoothly into space. She whispered softly, more to herself than anyone else, "Humans, you can mate year-round, but it is your spirit, your ingenuity, and your courage that will echo across the stars. Truly, you are extraordinary." Below, the alien city hummed with renewed energy. Scholars, engineers, and children alike talked excitedly about humans, their ways, and the possibilities they had opened. For the first time, many aliens questioned the rigidity of tradition, seeing value in flexibility, creativity, and courage. Far above the nebula, the humans sailed back into the stars, leaving the alien flagship behind, but not without leaving an indelible mark. They had arrived as explorers, simple observers of a distant civilization. Yet through their adaptability, intelligence, and spirit, they had become teachers, innovators, and friends of an entire alien empire. Alina stood at the observation deck, looking out at the stars stretching endlessly before them. "We made a difference," she said quietly. Raj nudged her. "Yeah, and somehow we didn't even have to fight anyone, just being us." Alina smiled. "That's the power of humanity. We adapt, we learn, we connect. And wherever we go, we leave a part of ourselves behind, sometimes in ways we never expect." The stars shimmered ahead, full of possibilities. Humanity had taken its place among the galaxy's many species, not through dominance or conquest, but through ingenuity, courage, and an unyielding spirit. They had proven that even a young species, small and fragile compared to others, could inspire respect, admiration, and change. And somewhere in the alien empire, the Queen's words echoed, "Humans, you can mate year-round. But it is your mind, your heart, and your spirit that make you extraordinary. Truly, you are a force the galaxy must reckon with, not in fear, but in admiration." The humans continued their journey, ready for new discoveries, new challenges, and new opportunities. The galaxy was vast, full of mysteries and wonders, but humanity had already shown that it could meet any challenge, adapt to any situation, and leave its mark wherever it went. The story of first contact would be remembered for generations, not as a tale of conquest or conflict, but as a celebration of human ingenuity, resilience, and the power of being truly remarkable.